celebrate and sing this special song. Chike it up, our dear friend, on this blessed day. May your spirit soar like a bird so high in every way. With every video you share, you bring us joy, your voice, a beacon of hope like a shining torch in the night. Chike it up, your laughter is contagious, it fills the air through the power of your words. Our troubles we can bear. Happy birthday, Chike it up, a special day of cheer. In this grand celebration, we all hold you dear. With unity and pride, we raise our voices high. Happy birthday, may you touch the sky. ChikeItUp, may you touch the sky.
The actual stream, and then I have to fix the audio. Okay, there we go. People can hear you now, Karl.
Hey, stream.
Karl? The barn is being attacked by a horse.
Give me a sec. Oh, shoot the kid too. We don't want the genes.
Yeah, we don't want it coming back for revenge one day.
But we don't want to mess up the gene pool.
That explains why when I logged on, the barn was like half destroyed.
Why are there horses destroying it? I don't get it.
Well, there's not an actual door on it. So, like, they're probably trying to kill yours and Mel's horses.
Oh.
Why there's damage up top, I don't know. The horse is not that tall. Or damage to the roof.
The horse secretly extended its legs, and then when it heard us coming, it retracted them.
Yeah, it didn't want us to know it's 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure... Isn't stone supposed to, like, be good up to, like, level 5 storms or something?
Yeah.
What the hell damaged all this?
I really don't know.
Oh, yeah, I can't look at that horse.
Oh, is your horse grown yet? I forgot you had that locked upstairs.
It's, like, almost tame. But it'll go from, like, tame to grown after. Nope, it's grown. Got a full-size horse.
Sweet. In your bedroom.
Yeah, I'm naming it Alex B. Okay, and YouTube's already giving me error messages that it's not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Hell yeah.
What does that mean?
It's a lie YouTube tells you. Because, like, in YouTube Studio, you have a little, like, preview window that shows you, like, what you're streaming. And it's running perfectly fine. But every now and then YouTube will be like, oh, actually it's bad. Like, actually, yeah, it's stream, not good.
Okay.
Very laggy. Did I not tell this thing to follow me? Nope, I told it to stay. Put this guy in the barn too. I should probably make a saddle for him. But he's got to level up first. Yeah, he'll teleport out here. He'll figure it out. He's stuck. He's stuck in the stairway. If I run far enough, I think he'll teleport to me. There he is. You guys have your animals set to stay or wander?
Stay, because if it's wander, like, if you open the door, it's just gonna walk out. It'd be annoying.
But if it stays, is it going to eat on its own?
Yeah. Pretty sure.
Their water trough is empty. There, now it has 1 liter of water. Surely that's enough for 3 horses and a wolf.
Oh my god, there's 3 horses in here, I forgot.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, let me see how much that holds. You just run back and forth 50 times.
It's 15.
Let me run back and forth 15. It's already empty. They already drank the water I put in there.
Yeah, so just go to, like, the freaking rain thing.
These horses are dying.
God, I feel like such a pilgrim right now. Going back and forth with a water pail. This is supposed to be a children's chore. What are we supposed to be doing?
Well, no, a water pail would hold more water.
Oh, I forgot we don't have water pails in this game.
There are buckets.
Oh. How do we make those?
I don't know. Never bothered.
Running back and forth with 2 water skins.
Yeah, it's full enough. Alright. What was I... Okay, let me fill that. What was I doing? Need to make more... Oh, you know what? We probably have a decent amount of epoxy now. Oh, there's even more bones in here.
Yeah, yeah.
Jesus.
What?
You're just making all of the animals extinct.
Yeah.
It's just an absurd amount of bones.
Yeah, the ecosystem is, like, heavily, like...
The ecosystem is devastated now because of you.
There's a heavy imbalance, but I don't really care about nature. I'm not...
Okay, and we need a ton of copper wire. We're going to need a ton of gold wire. So we're effectively out of copper as of now.
Damn.
Because I'm turning all 170 copper ingots into wire. This is absurd.
Yeah. Wait, I can put horses to be allowed on the food, the dog food bowl and stuff.
Yeah, you can have, like, certain troughs for certain animals.
Oh, what do you know? There's no food in the dog bowl. I don't really care about Mel's dog, to be honest.
I mean, what I don't understand is the building's being attacked by a horse and the dog just sitting in there looking at the wall like, oh, that's interesting.
He's writing a report.
And he's like, oh, I'm gonna think about doing something about that.
Yeah, the teacher gave him time to get in a group and discuss with the other animals.
Yeah. Food trough. Throw these in there.
Yeah.
Where's the dog bowl? The dog can have all this, like, old raw meat.
It's right here.
No.
But just throw in the drying racks.
No.
Okay.
No, the dog wants raw meat.
You're streaming right now, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sweet.
Over there.
I'll watch my tongue. Still using a crossbow?
I have a pistol, too.
Just make yourself like a recurve bow. It's so much better than a crossbow.
Do I want to do all that, though? Aren't arrows more expensive?
I don't know. Or...
Where do you even make
I'm
arrows?
using aluminum arrows. I'm using aluminum arrows.
Wasting our aluminum.
We have an infinite amount of aluminum.
We don't.
Yeah, we do.
We also don't have any copper.
Oh.
You need copper for those. Iron bolts, you just need wood and iron ingots.
Copper for aluminum?
Yeah, it's only the arrowhead that's aluminum. Where's the other cave? I think there's a cave west of here. So once it's done storming and the sun's back out, I'm gonna go try to find that. Because otherwise we're kind of screwed.
We need GP, guys.
We need more sulfur for that.
Yeah. I'm gonna head out after the storm passes for sulfur.
There's a wolf attacking the barn.
Sweet. Thank God for putting him down.
Now it's stuck in the door. Oh, the horse is standing there looking at it. Like, oh.
Yeah.
What's that dog doing? How much ammo do I have? I have 11 rounds.
Yeah.
I need more ammo.
Yeah, me too.
What do you have, a pistol too?
Yeah, semi-auto.
Okay.
A Luger. German.
Iron.
And German.
Yeah, iron and German.
Yeah. Totally.
Yep.
Do you watch Fish Tank while you're streaming?
No, because if I'm streaming and I have to have Discord on, I have to use desktop audio. So it would be playing the audio from Fish Tank.
That would be really funny.
It would probably get me copyright claimed.
Oh. Is Sam Hyde like that?
Well, there were a bunch of people streaming the new season when it first started. And then they all got copyright claimed and taken down, or just like sent an email going, "Hey, can you not?"
No.
Because they're doing their own YouTube stream now.
Yeah. Oh, for Fish Tank?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So they don't really want people restreaming it. I mean, I guess like technically you could have it playing like in a corner while playing a game, since that would like that would fulfill the requirements of being like transformative media, not just a direct restream.
Ultimate dopamine deliverance.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like the movie Deliverance. Inbreds are coming to eat you.
Yep.
Can I make like an actual light of some kind? Probably not.
Like electrical?
Lantern. Well, that I could do. Do we have any animal fat? We have one too few. Though I don't know what fuels that, so...
I'm crafting a gazillion gunpowder right now.
That's great. There's 75 pistol rounds in here now.
Oh, sweet.
If we make a windmill, that would speed a lot of this up.
Like rust.
But a windmill's expensive. What else did I need? I think stone and refined wood.
There's a lot of stone outside.
Yeah. That. Some stone from the mountain.
Yep, from the local stone farm.
Yeah.
I grew all the stone.
Because then all the stuff that we're making with that mortar and pestle we can make at the windmill. It's the same item. Karl, did you use all of our iron to make ammo casings?
What are you talking about?
Hell yeah.
We have a lot of bullets.
Yeah, we need bullets.
We do. For ourselves. Our head 130 times.
Okay, there. The windmill outside, everything that's being made in here is way faster to make out there, like half the time.
Oh, is this just like a bigger mortar and pestle?
Yeah.
Why is it so far?
Wind. It's loud.
I don't want to have to walk all.
I don't want to
we
hear
have-
this thing all the time.
Couldn't we just have like taken down the roof and put this in our second floor?
I don't think it'll work.
Oh,
I don't know if it would even work if we did that.
be funny.
Yeah.
It's like a windmill built into your home. So like when you're reselling your house, right? Your housing real estate agent can be like, wait, no, when people are looking at the house.
Yeah, they could be like, if you ever need to like mill any flour, just guess what? You don't even have to leave home.
If you ever need to mill any like steel bloom, carbon steel, right here in your home.
Uh-huh. Okay, why are there bones in there?
Wait, do you get money from chatting? People chatting or viewers?
Viewers watching ads.
Oh.
Unless they're like super chats.
So if the whole chat is dead, it doesn't even matter?
No.
Okay, sweet.
The chat's usually dead unless Infinity shows up and starts an absurd argument with someone.
About lifted trucks and beans.
Yeah, or like shows up and is like, Egypt is the best place to live. And everyone's just like, what are you talking about?
Totally. I love Egypt.
Who's trying to move to Egypt? Is everyone? Oh, okay. Sure. Got it.
He doesn't even live in like actual Egypt. He lives in like forested Egypt.
Sorry, I was confused about the operation of the door.
Yeah, I don't know.
Also, yeah, the windmill's twice as fast as the mortar and pestle. Because these are, it's 3 minutes 20 per 100 on the gunpowder. And then once we can make the material processor, it's half as fast, or half the speed of that.
Oh.
So twice as fast. There's a horse over there?
Reaching our industrial age now.
Kind of. What was that thing doing? That thing came with this horse like it was going to attack us.
Yeah, they're friends.
Don't shoot at my friend.
No, dude, what's
And then we
going on?
killed him and it was like, I'm out of here. What?
Yeah, like what? These animals are like possessed or something because they're like.
We live on a cursed lake.
Oh.
I think that's the problem, is we live on a cursed lake.
Mel's body's still on the ground.
Yeah, it's Mel being dead here qualifies it as an Indian burial ground.
Oh, okay, which qualifies us for like.
We can get free stuff this way.
Yeah, with like, what is it? Alleviate some of our taxes, right?
Yeah, the taxes we're totally paying to live here.
The property taxes.
Yeah, we're paying those. Totally. I pay my taxes.
Property and income taxes.
Yeah, no more taxes for us.
Good.
Alright, I've got a lantern now. Oh, it's very bright. And it's refueled with animal fat. It's refueled by fat animals.
Refueled by Airsoft Fatty's musk.
Yes.
Airsoft Fatty's presence.
His aura.
Yeah.
The really funny thing is every season of the show, when people get off the show, the most common question is, what does Airsoft Fatty smell like? And every single time people are like, he actually doesn't smell like anything. Like, he showers pretty regularly, and, you know, if he gets sweaty, he goes and showers. It's everyone else that stinks.
I mean, just looking at Airsoft Fatty, it kind of makes sense that he doesn't stink. Like, his skin just, like, looks just, like,
Why
matte.
do we have so much crushed bone in a cabinet?
Oh, because the mortar and pestle got full earlier? So I just threw it in there. Oh, we have to make...
What?
Right. We have to make epoxy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like one of the most important things we have right now, other than like everything else we need, which is everything.
Yeah. Oh my god. I've been up since like 6:30,
Yeah.
and I went to bed at 4 a.m.
Yeah, I was very confused when I woke up and you guys were still on. I was like, oh, I guess they do like the game.
Wait, when did you wake
But
up?
then like 7:30, I jumped on at like 8:30, and you were both just
Oh.
laying dead in the base. And I was like, oh, they didn't really do a whole lot after I got off.
Yeah.
Kind of made yourselves guns, got a little bit of metal.
Yeah.
Like I was expecting to get on and there was going to be like 6 more buildings and like half of them would be on fire.
Why do you think so highly of us?
I don't.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. I was hoping to get on and not have like a million things to have to do on here. Oh, there's a big storm coming in like a day.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, you're like the housewife though. I mean, all this is possible because of you. So like, come on.
Yeah, you know, housewives and building houses.
Yep.
Then like other people come on and they're just like, we need to reinforce the interior walls
Exactly.
instead of leaving them as interior walls.
Yeah.
And then using the stone walls to like, you know, build an outpost somewhere.
Ben Shapiro 1.
This game's a lot of waiting.
Ben Shapiro 2.
Yeah, we
Pick
name
an-
all of our outposts Ben Shapiro. Every outpost is called Ben Shapiro with a number after it.
How do I rename my horse? Oh, there we go.
Probably a good idea.
Okay, I changed my horse's name. You can go look at it. Your stream's not gonna die.
I'm not going to do that because it's probably worse somehow.
Is it really?
You've probably made it worse somehow.
Dude. Okay, hold on. You see it?
Oh, yeah, that's not bad.
You should rename your horse Ben Shapiro with a random 10-digit code after it.
No, it's Alex B. He's rich.
Oh.
My horse is rich. My
Who's
horse is
Alex?
totally rich. King Cobra Kai, the Monkey King.
Oh.
You know, the guy from
King
Fish Tank
Von.
that was ranting about how rich he is and then went on like a $1,200 a ticket cruise with his family,
King Von. King of...
which I don't think is something rich
King of
people do.
Atlanta. What?
I don't think rich people are going on $1,200 a ticket cruises. I think if you're rich, you either have a yacht or like you borrow one. Thing was coming straight at me.
Yeah.
Okay, I've accidentally drank the lake water. I'm going to die. Okay, and I can't use my lantern if I go underwater. There it is.
That's great. Completely sealed off.
I got it.
enclosed Light space. Can't use it underwater though.
Well, I don't think it's completely... It's a lantern. I think lanterns are meant to be watertight.
I mean, it's an oil lantern, right?
Yeah, it runs off of animal fat.
Yeah. So shouldn't it be waterproof? Because like oil and water can't mix.
Neither can fire and water.
Yeah. So it should still be like, you know.
The oil fire still needs oxygen to burn, Carl.
Oh.
We've got some epoxy now, though. We have 309.
Seriously, that's not a lot.
No, it's not. That's how much all of those animal bones made.
All.
So the ecological destruction, where you killed like every animal within a square mile of us, it got us 309 epoxy.
Wow.
Yeah. That's why I was saying, like, when you were asking, do we need more of this? Like, any resource in the game, the answer is always yes, we need more. And even when you think you don't need more, you actually do need more, and you should build more storage for it.
Ben Shapiro 2.
Yeah.
Ben Shapiro 3.
You name all your storage Ben Shapiro. Draw his face on them. Those beady little eyes.
I just MotoGP converted all their bikes to electric.
Probably be horrible.
So, like, an electric Hayabusa.
Probably be bad.
Yeah, bad for the environment.
I'm pretty sure, like, one of the issues with, like, electric vehicles is top speed. Like, you can only get the motor to spin so fast.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm thinking an electric motorcycle is going to top out around 100 like a Tesla does.
I mean, Teslas are... Oh, never mind.
Like, I'm pretty sure the Plaid, like, claims to have a top speed of, like, 180 something. But, like, I doubt they've found someone willing to do that. It's like when Ford a few years ago announced the new GT500 Mustang would have a top speed of, like, 205. But they couldn't actually find anyone willing to try to drive a Mustang at that speed. Like a Ferrari at 205, like, the Ferrari was built from the ground up with the intention of going 200 miles an hour. The Mustang was not.
Oh.
Like, I think they did have someone, like, try it and, like, got to, like, 150, 180-ish. And they were like, yeah, the car became uncontrollable and dangerous at that speed, so I backed off.
Yeah.
It's like, well, yeah, it's a car that's meant for just, like, cruising down the freeway comfortably. Like, it's not realistically even aerodynamic enough to do 200 miles an hour without, like, wind causing a real problem.
Ben Shapiro dynamic.
Yeah, you got to look out for the Ben Shapiro dynamic, where the car tells you facts don't care about your feelings, and you go flipping end over end through the air like a sail.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
because the entire front of the car is an air dam.
That's funny, an air dam.
Well, no, look at the front end of, like, a Ferrari 458 and the front end of a Mustang. The front end of a Mustang is like a big, like, open, like, rounded rectangle. Whereas the front end of that Ferrari is, like, as much of a point as they could legally make it and still, like, be road legal and not, like, chopping pedestrians in half.
Yeah. A couple of weeks ago, I learned Ben Shapiro was Jewish. I did not know that.
How? You couldn't tell from looking at him?
No.
What did you think he was?
A Christian. Like...
Yeah, the natural camouflage is a big problem. Probably shouldn't go into that. Probably shouldn't go dredging up 2,000 years of history about shapeshifters.
Oh no, I was watching him, like, debate 25 liberals or something.
And like, the average age of the liberals, I assume, was, like, 17.
Something like that.
That's the thing I don't like the most about him, is he acts like he's some sort of intellectual powerhouse, but you never see him debating someone that's, like, that you would say, like, on paper would be qualified to debate someone who thinks that of themselves. Like, he's always debating, like, borderline children. And then he's like, yeah, I made that dumb college kid with no life experience look real dumb, didn't I? And it's like, yeah, that's not really an accomplishment, though. Like, that's someone who's, like, never really paid property tax or anything. Of course you're going to do pretty well in an argument against them. They don't know what's going on. It's like you go into the dementia ward at a retirement facility, and you're like, yeah, those people in there, they can't debate. And it's like, I'm sorry, were you in there arguing with the dementia patients?
Arguing
Like,
about the
yeah, and like Ben Shapiro just looks at the director of the facility and goes, listen, ma'am, facts don't care about your feelings, all right? Facts don't care about their feelings either. And she's just like, no one's talking about feelings. You're beating up on old people is what you're doing. You're beating up on people who can't fight back. Like, that's my biggest problem with the guy. People complain about the same thing with Crowder. And, like, Crowder kind of backed off from doing it because he's like, you have a point. You do have a point. Like, I'm debating against people who did not show up prepared like I did, and don't have anywhere near the, like, the basis of knowledge.
Hell yeah.
But, like, Ben Shapiro, he wears it as, like, a mark of honor that, like, yeah, I won an argument with this kid who still lives with his parents. Like, wow, Ben. You did real good, honey. You really showed those libtards today, didn't you? Really showed them. What?
You can say that on stream?
Libtards?
Yeah.
I don't see why not.
Okay.
I don't think it's a recognized disability yet.
Sweet.
Pretty sure you could say libtards, but if you imply that they've tarded a second time is when you get into trouble.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but I only learned it when he was Jewish, because he turned his head, and I saw, like, the little, cap.
You saw the yarmulke?
Yeah, that's what it's called.
You saw the cover for the power button?
Yeah, I saw the Yamaha R1 on his head, and I was just like, no way.
Most people could tell by looking at it.
Like, because of his nose?
No, he doesn't have a big nose.
Oh. What about him strikes Jew?
Like, pretty much everything.
Oh.
I know you're trying to bait me on a stream, and I'm not going to do it.
No, I'm serious.
I'm not going to go into it on stream. But Ben
okay.
Shapiro is an incredibly Jewish-looking and sounding individual.
Oh. Yeah, I don't have enough life experience to judge people like...
Yeah, you'd probably lose a debate against Ben Shapiro. He'd totally own you when it comes to an argument about the intricacies of income tax. Something you have no experience with. He would totally mop the floor with you in an argument about something that you've never had to deal with. It would be a big victory for him.
Yeah, I'm not very like well gifted currently in physiognomy, so I don't.
You'll get there.
Sweet.
Why? Okay, I guess the spawn points are not identical every map. Because when I was playing, I'm pretty sure this was an iron deposit right here, not copper. Although that is really convenient that we have a copper mine this close. Now we just need to come up with, like, about 5,000 more things. Actually, I think I can make more biofuel miners right now.
Sweet.
Although I need to go put the first one on the iron deposit in that mine, or else we're going to run out of iron to make gas cans. There's another dog attacking the barn.
You kidding?
It's trying to climb the door. It almost got through. Got it down to 13 durability. 13 disabilities. It got our door to 13 disabilities, man.
Yep.
The door to our barn has crones now. I hope you're happy.
How does it have crowns?
It's a disability. It's one of the 13 that Wolf gave the door.
Oh, okay.
Gave it severe stomach problems.
Severe period cramps.
Yeah, pretty much. Alright, what do I need? I'm gonna need Oxite and wood.
Oh my god, I'm gonna pass out at like noon.
Yeah, probably. As long as you stay awake till the end of the stream. You do you.
Sweet. I'm gonna leave my computer on, so even if I pass out, you're still gonna play.
Am I, though? Or am I going to work on my own world?
I don't know.
See, I think the issue with me streaming this game on the world that I've made isn't so much... I mean, it does lag a little bit here, but the base we have here is like maybe a third the size of what I have at my base. And we also don't have anything powered. Water's not running to anything.
Yeah, so we're like living Amish right now.
We are. We're basically living off the land. But I think all of that going on is what makes Streamlabs completely crash.
Just because of like all the physics and like...
That's the only thing I could think is all the calculations for like the power and water being used and like... I mean, my base is like 6 stories. With like different rooms and stuff. Although I did turn off shadows before I got on today. Which seems to be helping. Because usually, like, I'll play the game perfectly fine at, like, a solid, like, consistent 60 frames per second. Even with Streamlabs running. The minute I start streaming, though, is, like, I'll look in the wrong direction and I'll drop down to, like, 20 frames per second for some reason. And it's like, okay, that doesn't make a lot of sense. Alright, what do I need? Steel and copper, and we don't have copper, do we? Oh, no, I just brought back a bunch more. So hopefully we have steel. Carl's dying.
No, I just did a big cat stretch.
Oh, okay. Sure you did.
Yeah.
Sure you did. You're totally a cat. California.
Hey, why did you put your cartoon... Did you make that cartoon drawing?
What are you talking about?
Of you?
Oh, no, I bought that.
You bought it.
Yeah, I got a few of them.
The PNG?
Yeah.
You bought a couple of...
I commissioned that.
Oh. Because we have a Norwegian in our Discord server, and my profile picture, you know how it says, like, that guy is standing there? Looking really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a Norwegian in our server. He made that for me a couple years back.
Wow.
I haven't... Yeah.
And you've never paid him for it.
No, he said free of charge because you're my friend, and I was just like, sweet. But at the time, he was like 17, I think. So it was okay for him to say that.
It was okay for him to work for free.
Yeah. So, yeah, so...
You're allowed to have kids work for you and not pay them.
Yep. Yeah, so he's like 20 now. Crazy.
Crazy how time moves in a linear fashion like that.
Yeah.
It's like that saying, like, every 60 seconds in Africa, 1 minute passes. And we got to do more to help.
Like, can you believe that? It's crazy.
It's honestly tragic.
I mean, yeah, they don't deserve time.
That's not where I was going with that.
Oh.
Should point out, Carl's Asian, so he's I think he's allowed to say that.
Asian, African, same thing.
No, I think you just get a pass. I think I'm not allowed to say it.
Because I'm just like, my race has just been like oppressed.
Yeah, Asians have never done anything bad on this planet. Only white people have.
Yeah.
The Nanking massacre, that didn't happen. Things currently never happened. That was a parade.
Yeah. Wait, what even is the Tiananmen Square massacre?
There was no massacre. It was actually just a beautiful parade where the Chinese officials were showing off their really cool tanks.
I know. Why are people like
people are sensitive.
Yeah.
People are really sensitive about things like people being run over with tanks and then hosed down the drain.
A student who was like so into the parade, he was like so culturally prideful.
Well,
he went into the tank to admire it.
Yeah, the tank man, he was actually severely autistic, and his special interest was tanks. Yeah. And they like being like very progressive and like accepting and loving. The Chinese government and Chinese military, they were really happy to show him the tank.
Yeah, I don't know why people say he got run over when it's a picture of the tank stopped in front of the guy.
I mean, to be perfectly honest, there's no proof that guy got ran over with the tank.
Oh, but someone did, or
There were several accidents with maneuvering, repeated accidents, to the point where the cleanup procedure was fire hoses to wash it all down the sewer drains.
wash it. Cleaning process was Coca-Cola to wash it down.
Yeah. But, like, if you think about, like, what we're told over here, the Tiananmen Square Massacre, it was, it was just a student protest. It was students, there were university students nearby. They were protesting against actions from the Chinese government. And that's where they stopped teaching us anything about it. But it turns out those tanks ran those people over so many times, they just hosed them down the sewer drains.
Sweet.
There are pictures of the cleanup after, and it's like, well, that doesn't look like a parade anymore. I don't think this was just a parade, guys. I think something bad happened.
Yeah, I mean, there was
I think something might have happened here.
yeah, one of my like classmates at school, he's like Chinese, right? Started talking to him. I told him about the Tiananmen Square parade. He was like, no, it was a massacre. I was just like, it's a parade. They taught me.
So he escaped, essentially.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because a lot of the time you talk to people who grew up in China and you mention that to them, they're just like, most of the time they've heard nothing about it. They're just like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, same for North Korea. They're just like,
Well, North Koreans usually don't get out.
oh,
Like, North
don't you
Korea's
have a
a...
couple?
What?
Don't you have a few?
North Koreans?
Yeah.
Yeah, they make the music for my channel.
Oh, sweet.
That's why it's so,
Don't they
like,
monitor your channel, too?
like dramatic.
Tell you, like, what's wrong?
Do they what?
Monitor your channel and tell you what's wrong.
No, I think those are the Chinese.
Or no, the Egyptians do that, right?
Yeah, the Egyptians monitor my channel and tell me what I'm doing wrong, and then offer to help me fix it for money.
Yeah, not the Egyptians, just the Egyptian.
Yeah, there's only one person in Egypt, contrary to popular belief. Egypt is one dude.
Yeah, but the
It's
reason
one
why
guy.
they
He's
say-
very productive.
Yeah, and the reason why they say there's like an entire populace in Egypt is because the single Egyptian is named Infinity.
It's
So
for
it's like-
tax evasion.
Yeah. So because his name is Infinity, he counts as multiple people, but
Yeah.
physically only one person.
Well, we can only perceive him as one person.
Oh,
If we were omnipotent and we could perceive things the same way a god would, we would be able to see him in his true form.
are we not gods?
I don't think so, because we only see him as one guy.
I mean, every time we like interact with people on the internet, we feel like gods.
I don't know about that.
No?
Most of the time I interact with people on the internet, I don't feel good about it after.
I mean, most of the
I
time,
just feel
after,
worried that like is potentially a real person out there somewhere existing, like without a like keeper.
I mean, yeah, every time after we play Deducto, right, we get off, go to bed, and stuff like that. I look at myself in the mirror and I just like almost feel suicidal because of just how like discontent I am with my actions.
I go on Facebook a lot, and Facebook likes to serve me up a lot of rage bait content. And
Yeah.
one of the things it really likes to show me is people talking about how it's completely realistic to like get rid of cars and have everyone just ride bikes. And like yesterday I was looking at this like while there's, an inch and a half of snow on the roads going, yeah, a bike would be great to go get groceries on right now. But they've got arguments prepared for that too, because they're like, you can get snow tires on a bike, and there's a such thing as a cargo bike and a bike trailer. Yeah, let me do that.
I mean, at that point, just spend the money on like a fucking motorcycle.
Well, at this point, I want to like get rid of my Subaru and get like a Silverado 3500 dually, and just drive that everywhere. Drive that to my office job.
Yeah.
Like that's what makes me think like a lot of these like environmental causes and everything. Good. A lot of these like environmental causes that like at their core it's like a reasonable thing. Like, yeah, we shouldn't be using resources to the level we are. But then the people that like cling on to it and act as their representatives are the most annoying and unlikable people that you've ever seen in your life. And I don't think that's by accident. Like, I think those annoying people are like propped up. So like oil and gas companies and all that can continue like operating unobstructed by like sane people being like, maybe we do need to cut back a little bit. It's like the Just Stop Oil protesters over in Europe. They're like, yeah, we're stopping the oil companies by throwing tomato soup on the Mona Lisa. And it's like, I don't see the connection between these two things. What are you talking about? Like, we want to stop fossil fuels, so we're gonna super glue ourselves to the road. And it's like, all you've done is cause a bunch of cars to have to sit there and idle and burn gas, waiting for the police to come remove you.
Yeah, I did that once. I told my dad to convert to electric when I was like a 10-year-old liberal, and then I keyed his car.
Jesus. That's insane.
And then in his Mercedes, like...
Abandon you in the woods.
L450 or something, or L540, or I forgot what it's called.
No idea what that is.
You don't know? It's like a rectangle with another rectangle in front of it. Kind of car. Like the main body.
I don't remember any Mercedes that start with an L.
Or like ML.
ML is the thing.
Milliliter.
Yeah, the Mercedes milliliter.
Yeah. Yeah, he was like checking out his engine once, right? When we lived up in Chicago. And I was just like, So I looked at the engine, and then I looked in my pockets. And so I emptied the contents of my pockets into his engine. There were pine cones and acorns. And so there were problems with the car. So he took it to the mechanic.
How did you... What, your dad disassembled the engine? To the point where you could put pine cones inside of it?
Well, no, it was just like really small like crevices in the engine when he lifted up the hood. So I just threw pine cones in there. And I was like, 4.
That's not going to really do any damage.
I know, but like...
It's not in the engine.
I swear to God.
Threw pine cones on top of an engine.
Yeah, but I swear to God there was something wrong with it. And then so I mentioned...
Well, there was probably something wrong with it because it was a Mercedes.
Oh.
Like, there's a reason why so many Mercedes and BMWs you see on the road are, like, brand new. Because the only smart way to have one of those is to lease it. Because the German automakers, when you lease a car from them, like, your maintenance is included. So, like, you know, your oil change is covered, so you're not going to a regular shop and paying $200 for an oil change. It's part of the included maintenance. Anything that goes wrong with the car, that, like, they fix it. What you wouldn't want to do is buy one used. Because most of the big problems don't start showing themselves until after 3 or 4 years. Which is well after the original person that leased it has already turned it back in. So they still have, like, a positive view of Mercedes. It's just the secondhand market that's like, these are giant money pits.
Yeah.
Like, there was, not long ago, Mercedes had some sort of enormous deal on the C-Class where you could lease one for about the same amount per month as a Chevy. Like, a tiny bit more, but you're getting a better car and all your maintenance is covered. So, like, overall, it ended up being cheaper than, like, leasing an equivalent, like, Malibu or Impala.
Yeah, I'm paying attention.
Definitely.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm, like, way off topic.
I mean, what even is the on topic right now?
Mostly, like, German cars being electrical nightmares and money pits.
Oh, yeah, I think I searched it up. I think my dad's, like, he gave it to some veterans or something a couple years back. I think it's a 2002 ML320.
Here you go. This is revenge for what you did to Vietnam.
What?
Your dad gave a bunch of veterans a used Mercedes as revenge for what they did to his home country.
Oh.
When he handed over the keys, he leaned in really close and goes, "I still remember Agent Orange," and then just walked away.
What?
I still
Okay.
remember the sound of your planes going overhead, you bastard. Anyway, here's the keys.
No, yeah, but like,
Have fun spending 20 grand
very
making this thing
vague-
roadworthy again.
yeah, it's a very vague memory, but I remember I asked him, so what'd you do with the silver card? The silver card referring to the 2002 ML320. He goes like, oh, I gave it to the veterans. I'm just like, the veterans? What does that mean? I was like 6 or 7 at the time.
It's one of those like donate a car programs.
Yeah, I didn't know what veterans were. I thought it was just like a family with the surname veteran.
Oh, I magically didn't use a bullet to shoot this deer. I shot the deer and still had 6 rounds in my gun.
Sweet.
I'm about to die of rain.
Are you too hydrophobic?
Yeah. That's the other really funny thing about the bike people online. They'll like point to weather, like what's going on in this game right now, and be like, we ride our bikes to work in this kind of weather all the time, and it's just like, cool, I don't have to do that. I'm gonna keep owning a car so I don't have to do that, because that looks miserable. They're like, well, you just dress appropriately for the weather, and it's like, there's no, that's not a thing.
Yeah, I mean, like people don't understand, like, less fortunate people. Like, you know, when you're, I don't know, like, throwing away food that you can't finish. Like, there's kids in Africa starving. It's the common one. But do you think they want to starve? Like,
Well, not only that, like, if you don't eat it, it's not like they get it. I made my parents really mad when I was a kid because they tried using that argument, and I was like, then send it to them. I don't want this.
yeah. Or like, I told my parents, I was just like, then eat my leftovers as it's in the trash, right?
Yeah. Well, no, I think the better one is, like, don't waste gas. There's people over in Europe riding a bike to work right now in the rain.
Or like when I got my e-bike, right? The really fast one that I crashed on. My dad was
It does
just
like 30.
Yeah, it's as fast as like a Honda Ruckus.
I have no idea what that is.
Honda Ruckus? Oh.
Is that one of those, like, small little 2-stroke gas-powered bikes?
Yeah, it's like 50.
Okay.
It's 50 cc's.
50 cc's.
Yeah, there's a guy who traveled
50
from
cubic centimeters of fury.
Yeah.
That
There's a
horse
guy
died. Oh my god, that horse died.
Why are these horses just dropping dead?
I don't know, they make like a loud pop noise and then just drop on their face.
Did you think like us killing the wildlife like installed brucellosis in the local ecosystem?
I hope so.
When they're eating the grass, they get brucellosis and they just drop dead.
Maybe. What I thought was really funny when I started playing this game, I like held off on killing every animal I saw because I was like, okay, if the like simulation in this game, like, because the sound in this game is really good. When I first built like a shelter and it started raining, I was like, that actually sounds really nice. And then you have to like deal with your oxygen, food, water. I'm like, okay, so if they're taking the simulation that deep, there must be like a finite amount of animals. So I shouldn't kill all of them or wipe them all out, or I'll have no more animals in my area, and then I'll have to travel elsewhere to get like leather and bone and all that. And then I realized when I killed one, it popped up a little thing in the upper left that said like that animal progressed like 8 out of 1,800. And it's like, okay, if I'm meant to get to like 1,800 on that to complete this, these must just infinitely respawn. And they do. It's infinite animals. They just pop out of the ground and you can just sit on your roof killing them. You can roof camp in this game.
Sweet.
You can roof camp animals in this game.
Roof camp the nakeds.
Yeah. Yeah, only the nakeds are deer and wolves.
Yep.
Okay. How much is it? Like, is it 1 iron ore per bar or 2? I think it might be 2.
It is.
Well, all I did was wound that deer. Alright, so we still don't have enough to make another fuel can. Because we need one more fuel can.
Where's my cat? She's gone. She's out to pay the taxes.
What?
I'm looking for my cat right now. I can't find her, so I'm just like making up false like
Probably.
ideologies.
No, that's probably true. She's probably out paying taxes. That's what cats do when you can't find them.
Out at the office or like road raging on the highway.
Yeah, they're out road raging.
Yeah.
Cats do have
Driving
road
mad.
rage. Have you ever put one in a car? They scream the whole time.
Remember when I took my cat to the vet in the car? She was looking out the windows and she started meowing, which she never does. She doesn't meow at all.
Yeah.
And
Every
So
time
I
I've
think
ever
she-
put a cat in a car, it just screams the whole time.
do you like put your cat in like a carrier in the car or just in the
Yeah.
car?
No, in a carrier.
Okay, yeah.
You don't want
Yeah,
it
me too.
running around and like diving under the brake pedal at some point. That would be really bad.
It'd be funny.
Or like trying to jump out a window while you're going down the freeway. It'd be really bad.
Cat pulls the handbrake while you're going down the freeway.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think you can even do that in modern cars.
Pull the hand. Do Commander's cars even have handbrakes?
They have parking brakes, which is what that always was. So it was always a parking brake, but it used to be like a mechanical lever. Now, in most, it's like
Just automatic.
well, it's like a little electronic switch.
No, yeah, like I swear, like you need the stick shift and you need like the handbrake. It's just buttons now.
It's more fun that way.
Yeah. Like my
Like
dad.
no, like
he-
in my car, you cannot activate the parking brake unless you're in neutral or park.
Yeah.
If you try any other time, a little message pops up on the screen that says "cannot do this while cars in drive."
Yeah.
Mostly because they don't want you braking your car.
Makes sense.
Because it's not good for the car to do that. But it's fun.
Yeah, like when my dad's new car, used 2019 MDX, it has buttons for shift. And I was just like, what the hell?
Oh, that's
is that?
horrible.
Yeah, it's not even like numbers. It's just like drive. Park.
Yeah, it's like when Dodge was like, we're changing, instead of a column shifter or a console shifter, you have a dial now. And coincidentally, the dial is the same shape and size as like the HVAC controls.
Or yeah.
Like
A
obviously the
freaking
car
dial?
doesn't,
That's crazy.
yeah, the car doesn't let you like put it in park while you're going down the road. Like it they were smart enough to make sure you couldn't destroy your car with it, but like how much space did you really free up? Like it's a truck, it should have a column shifter that wasn't taking up extra space. But what it is the electronic controls are cheaper. They're
Seriously?
They're cheaper and easier because now instead of an actual like mechanical linkage, which they've done column shifters that are digital. They've done column shifters that are like behind the scenes. It's the exact same thing as that dial, but you have like tactile feedback of what you're doing. Whereas with a dial, you have to like look at it and be like, is that lined up with park? Okay, the car's parked. I can get out.
Yeah.
Whereas with a column shift, you put your foot on the brake, you grab it, you pull back and go all the way up. Now you know it's in park.
Yep.
Like there's nothing you have to like look at to like verify. It's just like how so when the lease ran out on my car, I was debating between buying it out because it was cheaper to do, like my lease ran out during COVID. So to buy out the lease was actually cheaper than to lease another like of the same car but newer. And they showed me one of the newer ones, and the entire center stack is all one big screen now, including the HVAC controls. So like, let's say you get in your car and it's the middle of summer, so it's 140 degrees in your car. In a normal car with like physical like buttons and switches, you turn on the air conditioning. And the screen's still like coming on, it's still booting up. In these, you now have to wait for that software to come on to be able to turn your air conditioning on.
Ew.
And then like,
Car?
yeah, and then the really fun thing, so like my car every now and then the screen will just like stop. Well, the screen doesn't work anyway. Subaru had a huge issue with that generation of infotainment system where moisture gets in and breaks the digitizer. So
Yeah.
it won't recognize you touching the screen at all. But it thinks things are touching the screen all the time, so it's constantly trying to change screens and stuff. Which would be wonderful if the HVAC controls were part of that. Because I could be driving down the road in the summer and it could just decide, like, you don't need air conditioning, you need heat on full. But, like, even in a car without that problem, sometimes the software just freaks out and stops working. So to fix that in a car like that, where everything is a part of the infotainment system, you've got to go find somewhere to park, turn the car off, take the key out, open and close the door, whatever you have to do to actually get the thing to turn off and not be in standby mode, and then start the car again and hope it restarts properly.
Sweet.
Like, one of my friends at work has a Tesla, and one of the things about Tesla, like, all of that is control in the screen. He said he was driving down the freeway one time and the screen just turned off. So not only could he not control, like, HVAC or anything, he no longer had any kind of GPS guidance, and he couldn't see how fast he was going, because the speedometer is part of that screen in a Tesla.
Hell yeah.
Well, I'm not diving for that thing. Like, Mazda, as far as I know, is the only company that was like, yeah, we're going back to physical buttons, because everyone's complaining.
Yeah.
Because, like, things that used to, like, you would just know where the button was and you'd just reach over and, like, make whatever change you needed to while you're driving. With a screen, now you have to take your eyes off the road and look at the screen to, like, make sure you're hitting buttons correctly. And it's like, yeah, that's definitely safer than physical buttons. It's always safer when you're forcing the driver to take their eyes off the road. It's more exciting. Okay, we need 20 more iron ore.
Yeah, but, like, people still, like, drive with their phone and shit, so.
Yeah. Here in Michigan, it's illegal now. You can't use your phone while driving, but you can play with the screen in the car all you want.
Hell yeah, what a loophole.
That tells you, like, the law was written by really smart people who know what's going on, because the government always has your best interest at heart, and they'll always make good decisions for you.
Yeah, I mean, like, how are you supposed to write a law about that? You can't interact with your car, like, dashboard, or not dashboard, but, like, the screen while you're driving. Like, how are you supposed to combat that?
You wouldn't be able to write a law like that because all of the automakers would lobby against it.
Yeah.
Because now that, like, everything's on screens in most new cars, you can't avoid, like, interacting with that screen while you're driving.
Yeah.
Like, the really funny thing is the idea... What?
I sleep near a campfire, apparently.
Oh, yeah, you're going to have to turn the fire pit on in the base, but you're also not going to be able to sleep during the day.
What's wrong with these?
Sleep until, what, like 6 p.m. in this game? Oh, okay, I got 1 more minute, and then I'll have 2 more iron ore, then I can make 1 more fuel can.
Sweet.
But yeah, the really funny thing about the whole, like, you can't use your phone while driving, like, police have a full-on laptop in their car.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, they'll claim, like, well, police are they're specially trained to be able to do that while driving. And it's like, tell that to the one who drove head-on into my ex because he was playing with his laptop.
Yeah.
Like, the first Subaru that I talked her into getting, a cop in a Dodge Charger totaled.
Because they were just, like, jacking off on their laptops?
No, he was going to a call, so he's, like, playing with the, like, maps and everything on the laptop to figure out where he's got to go. And literally at 5 in the morning, with, like, no other cars on the road, the guy decides to make a left out of the through lane straight into an oncoming car.
Sweet.
The really funny thing is, so all she had was, like, some bruising on, like, her leg and stuff where it hit the dash. No other major problems. And this is with a head-on collision with a car that weighs, like, 1,500 pounds more with everything that police put in theirs. She was back at work after we got everything straightened out with insurance and got a rental car. That cop got a week vacation to deal with his injuries. Yeah. And that's right about when I was like, oh, I really need to start looking into moving out of the city.
Yeah.
Because, like, not only, like, the cop was younger than I was, and this was in my mid-20s, but the cop was also tiny. Because we were both headed to the gym, but we were driving separately. Because after the gym, I would go back home and shower and then go to school, and she would just go straight from the gym to work. So I did a U-turn in the middle of the road to get back to it, and when I got there, the cop was trying to pull the door of the car open and couldn't do it. And I grabbed, like, police, their vests have a handle on the top and the back. And the reason for that is if they're in, like, a shootout and one of them goes down, another cop can just grab that handle and pull them out of the line of gunfire. What you can also do is you can grab them by that if they're tiny and throw them backwards in front of oncoming traffic to get the door open. Because that's what I did. I grabbed the cop by the top of his vest and just kind of chucked him backwards and yanked the door open.
After he totaled your ex's car, right?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, I was very angry. After the fact, she's like, yeah, I was more worried you were going to come back and beat the cop to death.
Makes sense.
And I was like, if the police department was as understaffed as some of them are, that may have been an option. But, like, I knew he's got a radio and he's got friends coming.
Yeah.
Like, they'll probably send at least one that's the size of an adult.
Yeah, what the guy do after you?
Oh, he was apologizing like crazy, and he's like, "I sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I was trying to figure out where I needed to go for this call." And I was like, "Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, dude. Play with your laptop while you're driving."
Oh wait, so like, you really could have done some more damage to him, and he would have still been apologizing.
Well, probably not. At that point, he probably would have been shooting me.
Oh.
But, like, it was one of those things where I was like, how is this a cop? Like, this guy is 5'6". How is he a cop?
He actually got in and passed as a woman.
Maybe. He only had to complete the female physical aptitude test.
Yep, push-up standard of 4.
But, like, that's my thing. Like, if you look at, like, police requirements from, like, 40, 50 years ago, like, a cop had to be, like, 5'10" minimum, like, able to, you know, lift and carry X amount of weight. And then, like, you look at this guy and it's just like, he can't do he's not that tall. He can't do any of these things. Why have we given this man a gun and a badge?
Yeah.
And, like, people always make the argument that, like, well, you know, police need to be trained to diffuse situations, not immediately jump to violence. And it's like, yeah, that's not always up to you. Like, if the other person decides, no, we're jumping to violence, you can't really be like, no, no fighting. Because they're just going to be like, oh, okay, you're not going to fight back? Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole thing was very eye-opening. I was like, okay, so in this city, you can't really expect that the police are going to protect you because physically they would be unable to.
Yeah.
Like, this man would lose a fight to, like, a large wet towel, let alone, like, someone on PCP.
A large wet towel.
Yeah, you know, you get, like, a